Happy 4th of July Eve, Packers fans. Welcome to Recreation Park for the fourth meeting of the year between the Healdsburg Prune Packers and the West Coast Kings. Easton Stockford alongside me, Hugo Traverso. And Hugo, we got a great matchup tonight. Packers lead the series 2-1, have dropped a game. There's been a couple close ones between these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a huge game because the Packers are coming off of a big walk-off win yesterday against the Lincoln Potters. And, you know, to keep the momentum going in league, especially heading into a tough weekend where they're going to face the Potters again on Sunday and then host the Humble Crabs here on Wednesday, Thursday next week in a 3-game series. It's going to be a tough strand of the next 5 games for the Pack, so they need this win tonight to keep them going. As you saw in the league rankings earlier today, I put them out on Twitter at the Hugo Sports 360. The Packers have a 1.5-game lead for the first time this year over the Humble Crabs. The Crabs dropped game 1 of a 6-game series. They'll have a doubleheader tonight against the Solano Mudcats. So tonight's game becomes incredibly important for the Packers, especially if Solano can take one of those 2 games up in Humboldt County tonight.
Caleb Kimball will be the starting pitcher, the recent Texas A&M transfer. Behind the plate with them is Tommy Brown, who's back in the lineup after a couple of college visits. Recently committed to the University of Santa Barbara. The infield, Dane Morrow at third, Cade Campbell at short, Brendan Lewis playing second, J.C. Osorio guard at first, Jake McCoy in left, Kenan Golden in center, Will Van Wee in right, and we will send you down for the national anthem.
Neil Rogers will perform.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So ready to go here at Recreation Park. As we mentioned, Caleb Kimball on the mound. Not the greatest start out in Medford, but other than that, he's been really solid so far this year. The big righty just finished up his first year at Houston and now going out to College Station to pitch at Texas A&M.
Yeah, it's a right fit for them. I mean, Texas A&M has been taking advantage of NIL and the transfer portal, and they've been big spenders this offseason. Almost the biggest transfer in college baseball, and a very sneaky transfer at that. Last night, they got Alec Blair to commit. He was the number 50 overall prospect in last year's draft out of De La Salle down in Concord, California. But he is going to provide a lot of he's a dual threat. He's got a guy that can be good on the mound. He's a tall outfielder, 6'6", and he's also potentially going to play some basketball there. He dominated on the court and on the field for De La Salle, so he's got some freak athleticism, and I'm excited to see what he does.
Looking at the lineup for the West Coast Kings, E.J. Cord leading things off, playing second. Tyler Porter in right field, batting second. Miles Clayton batting third, playing center field. The cleanup hitter is Jimmy McNiven, who's playing third base. Wyatt Miyamoto is the backstop, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Zach Altamura, playing short. And then in left field, batting seventh, Jake Eater, and rounding out the lineup, Ethan Flynn, the designated hitter, and John Bullock, the first baseman.
And I think all eyes are on the first four of this Kings lineup. Cord is a guy who he can work walks. He is a versatile hitter. And then you got Blake Porter, who's Mr. Power, 2 bombs in his last game just a few days ago right here at Rec Park. Miles Clayton himself has hit some out here in Healdsburg. And so that's kind of a 2 guys that have a ton of power. McNiven can, he's another guy who's versatile, can work walks, and he's got a great command at the plate. And, they're going to look to cause some issues on the mound for Caleb Kimball.
Kimball, the big righty. Gonna have to face off against Cord to start things out here. Cord batting .311 on the year, right-handed bat. Had a absolute thriller here at Rec Park last night. We'll see how it's followed up here on the 3rd of July. Kimball, first pitch, outside corner, strike 1, and we are underway. Time of the first pitch is 6:01. Feels like we hit that number just about every day. The 0-1 pitch misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cord now. Kimball, the 1-1. Jam shot left side, it'll roll foul. Dane Morrow over there at third. Hasn't played third base yet this year. He's played second and in the outfield as well. Out of the University of Michigan. Normally JC Asario guard, but he's over at first, the other hot corner today. 1-2 from Kimball, cut on and missed in the dirt. Brown will apply the tag, and there's 1 away to start off the first.
And this is what the Packers need. They need a strong start, a strong first inning. They really haven't had that in some of these league games, especially last night, having to strain the bases loaded in the first inning. So really looking for them to come out hot here and look to gun down some batters.
That'll be Tyler Porter stepping in. Own right field has definitely been one of the top guys for this Kings squad. Kimball's first pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. The 0-1 misses low and away, and a ball and a strike now. Porter at a .303 clip so far this year. Has himself 3 home runs. That one misses away from Kimball. Now set with the 2-2. Kimball fires, breaking ball inside. Full count. Back-to-back righties to start off this lineup for the Kings. Wind blowing out just about dead center today. That one sliced. Foul. Porter will stay alive. Busy night here at the ballpark. Always a busy weekend here in Healdsburg with the 4th of July. Payoff pitch for a second time, fouled off again. Porter just scrapping away up there at the plate. Time called now. Still a full count, 1 away here. Three-two for a third time. This one lines softly into center field, racing over his golden diving effort. He can't squeeze it. It'll be a base hit for Blake Porter on a 3-2 count and a runner aboard here for the Kings.
Yeah, Porter, only just out of high school, he's really proving his value. He's going to USF next year, so he's going to be a critical part of that team after a great year in the WCC, and they're not going to have first place Gonzaga anymore, so it's going to be them and St. Mary's to contend for that title.
Now in steps Miles Clayton in the 3 spot. He's playing center field today. Swings and misses. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Clayton now. Off of first is Porter. He'll run. Rather not. He holds on there. Had a hard turn there. That one misses above the zone. Ball and a strike.
Yeah, Tommy Brown, he's got some power behind that arm. He's going to cause a lot of trouble for these base runners.
On away here. See if Porter goes. Kimball set with the 1-1. One down in the zone. 2-1 count. Two balls, 1 strike. Clayton has some power. Only extra base hits have been home runs as he slashes that one foul. Never been a prototypical power guy. Batting .240 with 3 home runs. Just tied for the most on the team. And was also struck out 12 times.
I think Kimball has a good chance of making it 13 right here.
2-2 pitch from Kimball. That one grounded over to short, picked up. Campbell flubs it, picked up by Lewis. He'll throw to first, or rather just hold on. They get the out at second. Not cleanly, is a bit of an error there by Campbell. They'll get away with it though, 2 away.
Yeah, lucky there. It was just a short toss. I think he was already thinking about turning 2 and just couldn't get the pick up correctly.
So Jimmy McNiven will have a crack at it now. New runner on first is Clayton as he reached on the fielder's choice. That went 6-4. First pitch is low and away, 1-0. Pitch, flared center field again. Golden again racing into the right center gap. It'll be down for a base hit. Hard throw over into third. Tag is not in time. Close play on a good throw by Golden. It'll be a 2-out single. Runners on the corners.
That was huge there for McNiven. I mean, he can hit it anywhere, and he's bringing up Miyamoto as one of those prototypical power guys, and he hasn't had the greatest success against the Packers this year, but see if he can flip his luck right here with 2 down. They really would love to capture some of that momentum out of the gate.
Miyamoto has faced the Packers more than any player this year. Played for the Bay Area Marauders in an early season this season as he takes a first pitch strike. Batting .300, 3 home runs, 4 extra base hits, only 4 strikeouts as well. Big spot from him here early. That one snared behind the plate outside from Kimball. 1-1. Tommy Brown back behind the plate for the first time in almost a week and a half. 1-1 pitch from Kimball is fouled away. And Brown, last time he played, he was hit twice in the same game, right in the numbers, both fastballs. Had some small problems. This catching hand, then went to tour. Cal Poly, UC Santa Barbara, and the University of Las Vegas before officially committing just yesterday. Landed at Santa Barbara Now a 2-2 count. Check swing, did he go? He did. And it looks like Miyamoto will just send himself to the dugout despite the drop third strike. Brown will throw it over in the third out of the inning. So 2 hits and 2 stranded for the West Coast Kings. They leave runners on first and third. No score through the first half of the first inning. First ups for the Packers will be Cannon Golden leading things off here. He'll face Alex Hawking, played for the East Bay Pioneers. Just finished up his junior year, hails from Sacramento, California. Previously went to the College of the Desert. Which desert is that in, Hugo?
Say it again?
The College of the Desert. Which desert?
I think it's down. It would have to be the Mojave Desert, down with I know I've been by it. It's near Palm Desert.
First pitch, ball to Golden.
It's in Palm Springs. I've been there. Yeah, Palm Desert. I've been there. I've been to that school. There's a baseball team, the Palm Springs Power, that plays there. Summer Collegiate Baseball.
1-0, breaking ball in there for a strike. I feel like that's a broad name for a school, College of the Desert.
Yeah, well, it is. It's the only, I think it's the only JUCO down there, actually.
Oh, fair enough.
It's a beautiful area, I will say. The golf courses around there are amazing. Spent spring break there quite a few times, down near Indian Wells where the tennis.
1-1 strike, that one misses away. 2-1 count now.
It's near Joshua Tree National Park, so that would be down from the Mojave Desert. So just south of the Mojave Desert. It's near Palm Springs and located in Palm Desert. Nice campus, I will say. Kind of cool.
2-1, scoots inside. 3-1 count now.
I wouldn't say great things about the baseball field, having been by it. But golf, that's the name of the game down there. And they got a beautiful swim complex, too. I think is gorgeous. One of the best pools I've ever swam in.
3 balls, 1 strike now to Golden, the leadoff man. Hawking rocks and fires. Outside, ball 4. So leadoff walk for Golden sets the table for the heart of the lineup, starting with Dane Morrow.
I like seeing Morrow back in the lineup. I know he hasn't exactly put in the best at-bats as of recent, but, you know, got off the bench yesterday, put in a few good swings. He's a speedy guy. He's a great table setter, and happy to see him back here.
Back pick to first, not there. Golden almost gets away. Golden has a lot of speed. These top two guys both do. Morrow batting .250 on the year. Came in as a pinch hitter in last night's game, back in the 9th. Prather and a guard on deck by the two most dangerous bats, maybe in the whole league right now. Breaking ball loops in there for a strike.
We're talking about College of the Desert. There's a connection there with local legend Guy Fieri. He's been down there in Palm Desert. Sherman's Deli was the subject of his show down there. Jewish deli. They've got great pastrami. I love going down there with my grandfather. Some of my best old memories.
Oh, one pitch in the dirt. He leaves it there. Ball and a strike now to the Michigan lefty.
Part of his dine-in, drive-in, and dives. Triple D series.
1-1 count. Local legend Guy Fieri from this area. Hawking set, checks over to first. Golden is back in safely. So count still 1-1 for Dane Morrow after the pickoff. Golden's got a couple steps off there at first. See if he's trying to pick up his timing. And a breaking ball curves in there for a strike, 1-2. Right at the top of the zone there. Good pitch. Hawking trying to put away the first out of his outing. I don't know if he just signaled for a breaking ball or if he wants to change the pitches. We'll see. Didn't like his options, though. Now has a sign. 1-2 tomorrow. Golding on the run above the zone. Throw down, and Golding is in there on the slide. So a stolen bag for Ole Miss's Cannon Golding. He shows off his wheels yet again. Takes away the double play ball and moves the runner into scoring position.
He's got equal speed as a cannonball flying out of a cannon. I mean, he is just flying around the bases, and one of these guys that Coach Gomes, you know, set as an example of the great speed they have on this team.
Not too many guys throughout the lineup who can't steal bags. 2-2. Hawking will check back to second, but nobody was covering. You look, even your power guys, the 3 and 5 hitters, Cade Campbell and Hideki Prather, have some speed. That bottom of the lineup, and Van Wee, Brown, and Lewis all have wheels as well. Morrow at the plate does too. 2-2 from Hawking. That one lined right side. It gets through into right field. Golden has the green light. He will round third and head to the plate. In the Packers strike first. RBI single for Dane Morrow, 1-0.
That is exactly what you need if you're the Packers. Exactly what you need. Get your table setters on, you get a run home, and you get into Hawking's pitch count. Kings only brought 5 pitchers today. Ty Everhart, the only lefty. Wouldn't be shocked to see him warming up soon. And they're going to probably look for some length out of Brady Spencer, one of their premium relievers.
So it'll be the ever so hot Hideki Prather at the dish. First pitch to him, he'll leave down. 1-0. Yesterday went 2 for 4. Got intentionally walked in the bottom of the 9th with how dangerous he's been. Because I believe it's is it 6 or 7 doubles in his last 3 games. He's just been on fire with extra base hits. 1-0, cut on and missed. Count now 1-1.
Yeah, Prather has a big presence at the plate. A guy that was a leader offensively for Cal, and they're incredibly glad to have him back next year.
One count. Scoreboard, I believe, is incorrect. So that one will go down and away, 2-1.
1-2. Scoreboard is
2-1.
correct.
2-1. Is it 2-1 or 1-1?
1-2.
1-2. That first
Big-
pitch was a strike.
Yep.
Okay.
You know the umpires in this league, Easton.
I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
Morrow off of first.
Confused and frankly scared.
The next pitch, whatever the count may be, is in there for a strike.
Maybe our broadcast scoreboard had it wrong.
No, 2-2.
Okay. Guess our broadcast scoreboard had it wrong.
I'm never wrong, Hugo. I'm always right.
Never lost. LeVar Ball.
Yeah, basically. Pick back to first. Morrow in there safely. Prather, that was 5 doubles. It was in his last 3 games, has gone 7 for 11. Or excuse me, 7 for 13. Math is not my strong suit. Back pick the purse, not in time.
Well, as LeVar Ball would say, don't need to be good at math as long as you can ball. And Easton, frankly, you can ball.
Thank you.
Clear balls, at least. Hamster balls. We'll see battle in the hamster balls. Packer Pete and a player tomorrow at 4th of July.
2-2, swung on and missed. Prather put down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Now comes maybe the next hottest bat, the PEL RBI leader, JC Osorio Agard. Agard has hit a home run in his first at-bat of the game. All of the last 3 games. That one in the dirt, 1-0. Big secondary there for Morrow. Team high 9 home runs for Agard, making up 9 out of his 11 extra base hits. 31 RBIs on the year. One 0 count. Stream went down for a second there, but we're back now. 1 out single from JC Osorio Agard keeps the inning going. Morrow held up at second, so runners on first and second now for Cade Campbell, last night's hero on the walk-off bunt. First pitch, that one hit high in the air, left field, going back to the corner, looking up at the fences, Yeater, but it's foul. I believe that one just barely stayed in. Foul ball nonetheless. And an 0-1 count. No balls and a strike to Campbell. 1 away here. There's 2 on. 1 already across this inning. The 0-1 is down in the zone. 1-1 count. Ball and a strike to the California Golden Bear. Hawking looks over to second. Stares down. Morrow there and deals home. Breaking ball above the zone. Count 2-1. The 2-1. Yeah, high in the air, left field, but again, foul. That one gets onto University Street and onto someone's front porch. That ball left in a hurry. It's back-to-back deep shots to left. And Campbell seeing it well. Just has to try and square one up and play. 2-2 count. Hawking fires home. That one fouled straight back. He will stay alive.
It's just like we just need to push it left a little bit. Yeah, I got you.
So count still 2-2, 1 out. Hawking checks to second, gets the sign, here it comes. Both runners go, hit and run situation maybe there as Campbell will foul that one away. So we'll have a third try as a 2-2. Both runners were in motion last time. We'll see if it happens again. Morrow slide steps away. Hawking now fires home. That one hit well in the air to center field. Miles Clayton ranging in. Rather, this one won't get all the way there. It'll be E.J. Cord, the second baseman, who will make the catch for the second out. So that'll bring up Jake McCoy. He will have runners on first and second. Already one across in the inning, trying to make it more. Hawking fires home. Fouled to the backstop, 0-1. No balls and a strike to McCoy. San Jose State. In his third year with the Packers. 0-1. That one blasted left field. Ranging back is Yeater. He will look up at the fence to his right. It'll drop into the gap. I believe that one got over the fence for a ground rule double on the bounce. I don't know how that would happen for the ball to bounce that high. There is a gate out there. If it went through that, Morrow will have to come back to third, or sorry, Osorio Guard will come back to third. Morrow will score. So an RBI ground rule double for McCoy. Boy, did he just miss that one, Hugo.
Yeah, I mean, the warning track is cement under it, so I wouldn't be shocked if it's not pure dirt. So I wouldn't be shocked if the ball just bounced completely off the warning track and kicked up over the wall. Because I mean, that warning track, it's like a cart path in golf. You never know what you're gonna get.
That one popped up. Will Van Wee, third baseman, over to get it. McNeven, who will make the catch for the third out of the inning. Good start for the Packers, though. They drive across 2 runs on 3 hits. They do strand 2 runners, though. 2-0 the score. We'll head to the second. Back here for the top of the second inning. Caleb Kimball back to the mound. And he will face the bottom half of this lineup, starting with Zach Altamura.
Great to play. Great to play.
First pitch from Kimball. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Kimball will deal home. In the dirt, ball and a strike. Righty-righty matchup again. Righty heavy lineup for the Kings, so that one down as well. That one misses just outside. Count 3-1. Kimball fires home. That one lined left field. McCoy will come in and grab it. 1 away here to start the second.
Yeah, after that really strong first inning, Packers are definitely going to look to bounce back and, go 1-2-3 here. Kimball, he's got some run support, so he's going to be a lot better at just being able to come forward and come through and play well.
Jake Yeater at the plate now. First pitch to him. Down center cut for a strike.
I don't think this is Yeater. I think this is Emmett Johnson, it looks like. 18, that's what he's listed as on the lineup.
Interesting. Lineup we originally had Jake Yeater hitting here.
I'll go check.
Hugo is now leaving. I had a question for him too, but now he's gone. We talked about this, Julian and I, yesterday. Sometimes he can just leave, check swing there. Got him on the swing. 2 away quickly here for Caleb Kimball as he strikes out Emmett Johnson. And that'll bring up Ethan Flynn, the designated hitter. But we talked about this yesterday, Julian, on the broadcast. Hugo just can kind of get up and leave, and we don't know when, why, where, or how. Just yelled up, yeah, it was Johnson. He struck out anyway, so now it's Ethan Flint. 0-1 count. Hugo is now putting his headset back on his head. Now on a breaking ball in there for a strike. 0-2. Hugo, I was going to ask you right before you left, and then you left. Kind of an interesting ballpark because Kimball's given up 2 singles that easily could have been caught, but because of the weird layout of this ballpark, it can very much play as a hitter-friendly ballpark or a pitcher-friendly ballpark, depending on where you hit it.
That is very true, especially after the fair comes through.
0-2, cut on and miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Caleb Kimball. He retires the side in order in the second. 2-0 remains the score. Back here to start off the bottom of the second inning, it'll be Tommy Brown to kick things off here. First games Brown played, he's seen a couple of bats, played first base the other day, but back behind the dish tonight. First pitch to him, he will take it in the dirt for a ball. So a 1-0 count now. Hawking will fire home 2-0. Brown led the teams in walks before his short leave of absence. Still up there as far as totals go, but now trails behind Jack Rucker and Cade Campbell. The 2-0, a breaking ball inside half for a strike. $14 walks on the season for Brown. He has 3 home runs as well. The 2-1 pitch. That one blasted left field. Ranging back is Yeater, and this one's going to get off the wall. Into center it goes. Brown will hold up at second and lead off double.
That's huge there for Tommy Brown. Great to see. Turns on it, sends it off the top of the wall. And we'll see what Brendan Lewis, his former teammate, can do right here. I rode my bike by the ballpark earlier this week, and Lewis and Brown were in the cage at around 12 o'clock just throwing BP to each other and enjoying the day. Tommy was taking some great hacks.
Teammates at ASU, Brown in the portal. Lewis will take a first pitch strike on the low and outside corner.
Yeah, and with how Lewis has been swinging it, I mean, the wind blowing out to center field, I think he turns on one here. It could be like when they played the Marauders just a week ago. Could send one on to University.
The 0-1 check swing, rather a kind of half awkward swing at the breaking ball. He gets a piece of it, but now no balls and 2 strikes to the righty.
If the Pack can get to 5 runs here, it'd be massive. It's 2-0.
Definitely a full house here tonight. Probably one of the busier games of the year. Sure, tomorrow will be maybe the busiest game of the year. The Healdsburg Community Band here as well. Definitely a great atmosphere at the park tonight. 0-2 the count. Hawking, deep breath, checks to second, no one covering. Brown will creep away. Here comes the 0-2 in the dirt. Good waist pitch there and a 1-2 count now.
Yeah, I like some of these pitchers going low against the Packers hitters. I mean, we've seen it with the Sario guard. We've seen it with McCoy. Guys that are, 2-strike counts, they're going to defend, but at the same time, they're looking to hit one far out of here. So, you throw a breaking ball in the dirt, they'll chase after it.
Elevate and celebrate the 1-2. Again in the dirt, Lewis will lay off. A 2-2 count now.
Yeah, and speaking on tomorrow's game, I mean, I think they're going to have to open up the right center bleachers. I remember last year, 4th of July and Championship Series, opened those up, and they were packed in. So pack out the ballpark tomorrow, folks, and get us to 2,000 for capacity.
That would be awesome. 2-2 count here, no one away still after the leadoff. Brown double chopped over third base side. McNiven will throw across the diamond. There's one away.
In talking to Coach Gross before today's game, he talked a lot about how this team has been resilient. Both wins and losses, they are really dialed in. And I'm seeing that with McNiven as we've progressed throughout the season. First game he came here, had a couple errors, struggled a little bit, but he has a lot more confidence, it seems now, and he has a lot more poise down at the hot corner and also at the plate, which has really led him to do a lot better in this PEL in this PEL road trip that they've been on.
Golden now, the center fielder, will step in. Walked in his first at-bat, stole a bag, and then scored. One away, 1-0. Tall stance for the lefty leadoff man out of Ole Miss. Hawking deals. One fouled straight back. Count now a ball and a strike. Talked about Cannon Golden's name. I gotta say, rather fitting name. A real exciting player. A lot of speed. Has some power. And just fun to watch out there in center. Has a lot of range. The 1-1 outside, 2-1. Started in 15 games at Ole Miss as a freshman as well. Played the corner outfields there. Nine RBIs in 32 games last year. That one smoked right, left side, base hit. Brown will be held up at third, Golden at first. Now Golden digging for second. Brown gonna head for the plate. Golden's in there and Brown will score, or called out at second. But Tommy Brown will come across to score. Oh, looked like he was safe there at second.
Yeah, I think he was in there. He's under the tag, but the umpire says otherwise.
RBI single nonetheless, 3-0 the score. As Packers extend their lead. It'll be a clean slate now for Dane Morrow. First pitch tomorrow from Hawking is fouled off. Caught the umpire there. Appears to be okay though. A 1 count. Oh, 1 count. Hawking fires home, cut on and missed. Quickly 0-2 to Dane Morrow. It's now an 0-2 count. Hawking deals home in the dirt. Morrow trying to stay alive here. 2 away in the inning. Golden had the RBI single and then thrown out at second. 1 across here. One-two count to the lefty Morrow, righty-lefty matchup. Hawking 1 out away from getting out of it. Fires home. That one hit well, right field, back it goes, looking up at the fences, Porter, and it is out of here. A solo shot for Dane Morrow, and the Packers extend their lead to 4. Nobody on, but still brings across a run, his first home run of the season. Well, the ball pulled into the bleachers in right field. That'll bring up the dangerous bat of Hideki Prather with 2 away. First pitch he sees is fanned on, 0-1. Prather struck out in his first at-bat. Hasn't struck out much all year. Oh, 1. That one misses high. Ball and a strike. One count. That one comes inside. Got Prather there on the back leg, and he will strut his way over to first.
The batting from University of Hawaii, first base number 17, JC Rosario Gar. Go Bo!
So Prather now off of first. JC Osorio guard at the plate. He's 1 for 1 with the single. First pitch is a breaking ball down and away for a ball. One 0 count now. Fires home. That one hits sharply on the ground over to Altamura. Boots it. Now Prather on his horse. He's digging for 3. He will be there standing up. Will be an error by Altamura. Runners on the corners here. 2 out. Rally keeps it moving.
UC Berkeley, shortstop number 2, Calif Campbell.
Campbell had heroics last night in the walk-off win in 10. Now has a chance to do damage. Runners on the corners in a 2-out rally. Campbell lined up the middle, looping in for a base hit. Prather will score. A guard will hold up at second. A 2-out single brings across another run, and there's your mark, Hugo. 5 runs now for the Packers. 5-0 the score.
Yeah, that's a tough margin for the Kings to get back from, and it's huge for the Pack.
Now a mound visit from Kyle Gross here.
Might do it for Hawking, I think.
We'll see. They have 5 pitchers. Looks like Hawking will stay in here with 2 outs. McCoy has 2 on here, first and second. First pitch from Hawking after the mound visit, swing and a miss from McCoy for a strike. So an 0-1 count now. Hawking sets, fires from the stretch. That one bounced in there. McCoy got a piece of it. 2 strikes on him. It's Campbell over on first. A guard on second. Base hit might score 1. But an 0-2 count here for McCoy. The 0-2 from Hawking. That one hit in the air left field. Yeater ranging back all the way to the wall, and it is out of here. Onto University Street it goes. 2 outs, 2 strikes on him. It doesn't matter. 3-run shot from Jake McCoy. Packers lead it by 8.
Yeah, this is just disastrous here for the Kings, and not anything you want to see if you're Coach Gross.
Big swing from McCoy with 2 strikes. Second home run of the inning for the Packers. So now I'll bring up the only man who hasn't hit this inning, Will Van Wee. Tommy Brown had his full gear on, had to take everything off. He is on deck now. Hawking fires on that one, chopped left side. McNiven will pick it up. Throw on to first is in time to retire the side. But a big inning for the Packers. They have 2 home runs in a 5-hit inning. 6 runs come across, 8-0 the score.
Welcome back. Top of the third inning. Hugo Traverso alongside Easton Stockford. It's going to be the 9, the 1, and the 2 for the West Coast Kings. Packers have just broken onto the board. A 6-run bottom of the second, and they now lead it 8-0. Caleb Kimball into his third inning of this start. Here's the first pitch on the way to Bullock, and this one is swung on and hit down the left field line and out of play. Foul ball. 0-1 now. Bullock out of the College of Marin. Mariners made it to the 3C2A regionals this year. 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2. Kimball dialed in, struck out the last 2 batters he's faced. 3 strikeouts out of the last 4 batters. Looking for 4 of 5 here. Here's the 0-2 on the way. Swung on and lined foul down the third base side. Still 0-2 here. Bullock normally in the 1-2 for the Kings, but today he's the turnover guy, and he's going to have to start something as they trail in a devastating start for the Kings. The 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Two-seamer gets him to go on the outside part of the plate. Third consecutive strikeout for Caleb Kimball, and he's starting the third strong.
Kimball's really been a guy this year who doesn't necessarily hit for pitch to contact or for strikeouts. He just throws strikes. Whatever happens, happens, and he's been really efficient.
Well, he faces another guy who struck out, E.J. Cord. First offering to him is grounded down the third base side, but is just foul, maybe 4 feet outside of the foul line. It was a good batted ball by Cord, but just doesn't keep it right of that foul line. Cord struck out in the first, 0 for 1. Strong leadoff guy for the Kings. 0-1 on the way from Kimball, the delivery. Fastball is just outside, 1-1. Cord batting out of the right-handed batter's box. Out of Sierra College, Kimball, recent transfer to Texas A&M. The delivery. That one is just again outside on that fastball, 2-1. Kimball originally a Texan, went to Houston last year. 2-1 on the way. Goes again with the fastball, that time low, 3-1.
Type of bat you want to see from a guy at the top of the lineup here. Just real patient, slow playing it, waiting for his pitch.
Yeah, that's what the Kings need to do if they want to get some runs on the board. Just be patient. 3-1, Buffet pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled straight back. Count moves full. It'll be Cord, then Blake Porter, who has one of the 2 hits for the Kings so far. He had a nice single back in the first to get the Kings started, but Kimball bared down in that one and was able to retire the side without taking a hit. The 3-2, swing and a miss. And back-to-back strikeouts now, 4 in a row for Kimball as he has reached flow state on the mound. And he'll now face Blake Porter. Porter, a 2026 graduate of Vintage High School. Going to be a Don next year, play for USF on the Hilltop in San Francisco. Beautiful field, Benedetti Diamond. Kimball sets, kicks, and delivers. Breaking ball is low and away for ball 1. 1-0 here. 8-0 lead in the top of the third inning with 2 down here. 1-0 count to Porter. Porter, he's been crushing balls here in the PEL. The 1-0 on the way. Swing and a miss, breaking ball. Could say that was a sword.
Spun him around there. Looked like a figure skater.
Yeah. Full 360 from Porter. 1-1 with 2 down. Kimball comes set. Kicks and fires. Breaking ball again. That one at the knees for called strike 2. 1-2 count now with 2 down. Kimball looking to strike out the side and get the red hot bats of the Packers back up with this cushy lead. Kimball fires. That one a fastball well away, 2-2.
Struck out 6 already in this game.
2-2 with 2 down. Here's the pitch from Kimball. Swing, and this one's clubbed deep left field. Back on it is McCoy. He will watch it go. That one is gone. Blake Porter, another home run here in Recreation Park, and this time it gets the Kings on the board.
What a swing by Blake Porter. That's a great pitch from Caleb Kimball. He threw a breaking ball, perfectly clipped the bottom left corner of the zone, but just a good pitch met by a great swing there.
Well, Porter he'll get the hammer and the cape for the Kings, part of their signature home run celebration. He is just showing his value at the collegiate level day after day. Had 2 bombs his last time up here against the Pack, and my goodness, he is just showing some power. Another local prospect in Miles Clayton steps to the plate. The lefty, first pitch to him is a big swing and a miss. Fastball on the outside part of the plate gets him to go 0-1. Clayton reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Could have been a double play, but Cade Campbell fumbled the transition. 0-1 on the way, the pitch. That one's in the dirt, 1-1. Clayton, Santa Rosa Junior College from Lafayette, California. Another guy that has a long history of taking top Division I talent deep. Hit a homer off of Josh Janicelli just a year ago. 0-1 is swung on and hit deep center field. Back on it is Golden. He is at the track and leaps up and makes the catch. Oh my goodness, Cannon Golden. What can that man not do? A standing ovation here at Recreation Park as the Packers close out the third. We'll head to the bottom of the third, 8-1 when we come back. Well, you hear the beautiful rendition of Tequila from the Healdsburg Community Band. They'll be performing tomorrow at the 4th of July parade in Healdsburg tomorrow morning, starting around 10 o'clock. And then also tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, Packers take on the Petaluma Leghorns, the local American Legion team, for our 4th of July showcase. Going to be a lot of fun. Fireworks after the game, going to be really exciting as we get started for the bottom of the third inning. It's Alexander Valley Vineyards night here, supporting local businesses. One of the oldest wineries here in Healdsburg, as Tommy Brown will stand in. Brown doubled and then came around to score to start the second inning. Look to start the third as strong. Here's the first pitch from Hawking. It's low, 1-0, quickly to Brown.
Hugo, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a better 4th of July activity than coming to the ballpark.
That's very true. America's pastime, what better? 1-0 here to Brown, the pitch. That one, breaking ball, check swing from Brown, 2-0.
You know, I imagine we got probably 2 food trucks here tomorrow. We're going to have burgers, hot dogs, watch a baseball game, fireworks. Sounds like the perfect way to celebrate America's 250th birthday.
Exactly. 2-0 on the way. Breaking ball is inside. 3-0 quickly to Brown. It'll be Brown, Lewis, and then Golden with the top of the order for the Packers. Brown the righty, facing against Hawking. 3-0 on the way. The pitch, breaking ball in there for the strike. Outside corner of the zone. 3-1 now. Brown, powerful right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch from Hawking. Breaking ball way inside, and it hit him.
Guy's just a baseball magnet.
Yeah, I believe last year was Alex Leopard, who might be back as soon as the playoffs for the Packers. Suffered an arm injury as Coach Gross going to head out to the mound and I think take the ball from Hawking. Not been the shiniest day for the Kings starter. They will take the ball, and we're going to have Ty Everhard coming into the ball game. So Hawking goes 2 innings, gives up 8 hits, gets 1 strikeout, and I don't know. He only had 1 walk, so controlled the ball pretty well despite 2 hit batters. Not sure how many runs he actually earned due to a couple errors in the infield.
7.
7 runs, so 7 runs earned out of the 8 scored. Everhard will stand in. Lefty, the only lefty out of this bullpen for the Kings. Everhard has a 10.38 ERA in 4 1/3 innings pitched. 5 strikeouts, 6 walks. He's going to have some warm-up pitches, and we'll step aside. Welcome back here. Ty Everhard, the new arm on the mound for the West Coast Kings. Tommy Brown at first after being the hit batter. Alex Hawking exits the game. 2 innings pitched, 8 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Everhard, left-handed pitcher out of Modesto Junior College. Above 10 ERA for him this year, 10.80 to be exact. Everhard. Deep breath facing Brendan Lewis, the 9-hitter for the Pack. Here's the first offering. Fastball is swung on and hit foul straight back. 0-1. Coach Shoup will trot out to first base. Coach Gomes, as always, don't know how he does it. Black sweatshirt on what is quite the hot day here in Healdsburg.
It's 77, Hugo.
It's dropped to 77. It was 82. It was 82 at first pitch. Here's the pitch from Everhard, and that one is a breaking ball that is in the dirt, 1-1.
Check the weather back home right now, 105.
You rest your case. That's a pretty good case to rest. I mean, to be fair, nothing like Phoenix out here. Lincoln gets a little closer. I bet it's probably in the 90s up in Lincoln, but, you know, here in Healdsburg, it's the Northern California Riviera, so you're dealing with fluctuating temperatures. Can get as cold as 52 degrees tonight. Lewis stands in, 1-1. Everhard checks on the runner. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and away. 2-1 now. Two-one to Lewis. Powerful right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball again. Up. 3-1. Our climate very similar to that of Greece and Italy here in Healdsburg.
It's great.
3-1 on the way. Breaking ball swung on and hit into left field. Falling, it'll fall fair down the left field line. Rounding second, digging for third is Tommy Brown. He'll be in there safely. Lewis going for second. The throw in there is not in time. Brendan Lewis, a double, and now runners on second and third for the Pack with the top of the order coming to bat. Coach Gomes is absolutely hyped for that one. So runners on second and third, the two Sun Devils threatening to score as Golden, the Rebel, trying to bring him home. Golden left-handed batter. Here's the first pitch from the lefty Everhard. Breaking ball way upstairs and inside just over the head of Golden. 1-0. Nobody out here, an 8-1 lead for the Pack in the bottom of the third. 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Pack. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Kings. Everhard sets up. Deep breath, kicks, and fires. That one's low and inside, 2-0.
Got a base open. Guy who's put up 2 really good at-bats and has some speed. Not a guy you would want to throw to in this spot with no one out.
But then you bring up Dane Morrow, who single with an RBI and then a homer. So, you know, you're kind of picking your poison, and I don't know. 2-0, inside and got him. Fastball got away from Everhard. And so it'll be bases loaded for Dane Morrow.
I guess if you don't want to throw to him, you can throw at him. It's one way to do it.
That is now the third batter who has been plunked by Kings pitchers in this ball game. And Dane Morrow looking to stay fly. Maybe a grand slam for him in this moment. Left-handed batter. 350 down the line to right, but it cuts into about 325, right about where the press box is. Grand slam would well and away put this game, blow this game open for the Packers. Everhard facing the lefty. The pitch, breaking ball is low and away, 1-0.
Just got to be patient. Wait for a good pitch to hit here. Doesn't need to really chase anything. Just has to kind of find something he really likes and drive it.
1-0 with nobody out. The pitch is low and inside, 2-0. Going to be in Wyoming in a few weeks, and normally around this time of year, you know, you get up to 85, 90 degrees. Nope, 75 is the high. The low is 38, so just 6 degrees above freezing. Beautiful country, though. 2-0, deep breath. Everhard kicks and fires. Way inside, and that got him. So back-to-back hit batters, 3 of the last 4. Is that considered a run batted in?
Yeah. is my guess. I don't know.
I guess. Dane Morrow delivering. That's all I got to say. Delivering more RBIs for him as now Hideki Prather, who he was hit by a pitch back in the second inning, and he's looking to bring them home. Take me home tonight playing 9-1 lead now for the Pack. Everhard.
It is a run batted in, Hugo.
Lefty on righty. Thank you, Easton. Here's the pitch. This one is swung on, hit deep into left field. Back at the track, at the wall is Renter. He will make the catch. Rather, Yater coming in to score is Lewis on the sac fly. So run comes in to score, and it is now 10-1 with runners on first and second. First out of the inning for Everhard. You see, we're talking about the subject of weather. Did you see that in DC was 90% hotter than any other place in the world? The only hotter spots in the world was the Sahara Desert.
Interesting.
Here's the first offering to Sario Guard in there on the outside part of the plate for a strike. 0-1.
I meant like that fact, Hugo.
I think you did, yes. Washington, D.C., just, my goodness. Pray for those people out there on the National Mall tomorrow. Going to be a beautiful flyover, though. 0-1 on the way. Big swing and a miss from J.C. Osario Guard. 0-2. There's 7 hours of flyovers planned. And Easton, myself being a plane nerd, I am very, very excited about that. That is going to be really cool. Fleet Week is always a highlight of the year in the Bay Area. And seeing the Blue Angels again, beautiful. 0-2 on the way. Breaking ball is in the dirt, 1-2.
So I have to ask you, will the Blue Angels fly out over this area in Healdsburg and Sonoma County?
Unfortunately, no. I've seen the Blue Angels in San Francisco, seen the Thunderbirds, weirdly enough, in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Thunderbirds being kind of the Blue Angels version of the Air Force. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt. Gets Osario Guard to go quickly, 2 down.
I was hoping maybe we could get like a little national anthem Blue Angels flyover at the game tomorrow night.
That would be amazing. I would love to coordinate a flyover. That would be awesome. Travis Air Force Base, located in Suisun City, out on the Delta.
I could bring a kite.
Two Rock, also in Bodega, they have a flyover. They could have a helicopter flyover. I've seen them do it at the Giants games. 2 down here for Cade Campbell. First offering to him is swung on and hit up the middle. Going to be an easy play there for the shortstop, Altamura, who gives it off to Cord for out number 3. So, Packers are able to bring across a couple more, 10-1 when we return. Well, welcome back. Caleb Kimball into his 4th inning of work. Packers tag on a couple more in the bottom of the 3rd to make it 10-1. obviously the highlight of the night, that 6-run second inning. And they already have the Kings pretty much down and out of the count here as we get ready to start the fourth inning. It'll be Jimmy McNiven, Wyatt Miyamoto, and then Zach Altamura. Kimball so far has been just dicing up these Kings, a total of 6 strikeouts on the night. First offering here to Altamura is a fastball that is low, but swung on and fouled off. Slow grounder on the first base side, 0-1. Stands are packing in here for the Packers. I'd say maybe around 500 people in Rec Park, maybe 600. 0-1 on the way here to McNiven. The delivery. That one skips in the dirt, 1-1. One now to McNiven. Kimball taking some time. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, 2-1. So quite the blowout developing here. Packers would get win number 20 on the year with this win here. 2-1 on the way. This one's grounded hard to third. Picked up by Campbell at short. Throw to first is not going to be in time. Incredible effort by the Golden Bear. But McNiven leads off with a single.
Now batting, number 25, the catcher, Wyatt Miyamoto.
So here comes Wyatt Miyamoto. Single from Jimmy McNiven. Sets him up. He struck out back in the first inning to end the inning. Looking to flip his luck. Porter and McNiven, the only guys who have hits tonight. They're both 2 for 2. Here's the first pitch to McNiven. That one is inside, 1-0. Kimball dialed in here, facing Miyamoto. Whitman College. Here's the pitch. That one is low, 2-0. Miyamoto has stayed away from those 2 fastballs from Kimball. He's got some power. 2-0 on the way, and that one's another fastball outside, 3-0. Unlikely for Kimball right now. This start gives up an infield single and then now in a 3-0 count.
Gotten out of a jam early in this game already. He's throwing well. He's only given up 3 hits, 4 hits now, including this inning. All singles and then the 1 home run.
The 3-0 is in there for a called strike at the knees. Great pitch there from Kimball. Painting the zone there. 3-1 with Kimball. The pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. So 3-2 now. Payoff coming from Kimball. This would be a huge bounce back. Likely his last inning of work, but he's pretty much locked up the win here for the Packers. He'd earn another win on his Packers career. He's been great for the Pack. 3-2 on the way. Skips in the dirt, and Miyamoto walks. He's got to make it through this inning, though. And here comes Coach Gomes. We'll see if that is the day. It looks like, could that be Mason Lerma walking out of the bullpen right now? I believe it is.
He doesn't have a glove, though.
He doesn't have a glove, though. That is the issue. Lerma, I think they're just gonna. He's projected to start tomorrow.
Looks like Jaden Ferguson's creeping in from out there.
Yeah, they're gonna keep Kimball out. Coach Gomes just giving him some words of encouragement. You know, the Packers infield has been pretty solid so far, the best in the PEL. So a ground ball could be 2. Would end up being 2. And they're gonna leave Kimball out there.
27 Zach Altamura.
Runners on first and second here for Zach Altamura. The first pitch is in there for a called strike. 95% of pitches after mound visits end up being strikes. The great Dave Cox, the head coach record holder for most consecutive high school perfect games, or no hitters rather. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2. Sonoma Academy, local team, they went 6 consecutive games, 43.1 innings pitched. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Strikeout number 7 now for Kimball.
What percentage of those at-bats after mound visits end up in strikeouts? I'd be curious to see that number.
I would be as well. As now Emmett Johnson will come to the plate. He struck out his first time up. First pitch from Kimball is swung on and skied into deep left field. It'll land near the Packers bullpen. Foul ball. Strong start to the game really is translated to wins for the Packers. Haven't been the victims of many comebacks. Potters got close last night, but couldn't complete it. Kimball, the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Johnson swinging for the Stars there. 0-2. Ethan Flynn waits on deck. Powerful right-handed hitter. 0-2 on the way to Johnson. Kimball checking on the runner, stares him back. The pitch. And time is called last minute.
Kimball really settled back in after that mound visit. It's 5 straight strikes since Coach Gomes came in.
I think we see a high fastball here, just dice him up for the strikeout. The 0-2, he goes low, and it's laid off of, called a ball. One well below the zone, 1-2. Had some local celebrity sightings out in Healdsburg this weekend. A lot of people coming up to wine country to celebrate the 4th of July. The 1-2, big swing and a miss. Kimball, count him up, 8 strikeouts now for the new Aggie. He's going to become one of those famous people spending their 4th of Julys here in Healdsburg. We had 2 WWE superstars out at a local winery this morning. Bryson DeChambeau was up here. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is in there for a called strike, 0-1. He was out in Monterey, though, playing the famous Northwood Golf Club. 9-hole course designed by legendary Augusta designer Alistair McKenzie. 0-1. Kimball sets. Runner leads away at second. Big lead. Stare down, and he'll step off and check him back. McNiven has taken an aggressive lead. DeChambeau made the front page of the paper this morning, the Press Democrat, as did the Packers. 0-1 on the way. Swing, and this one's fouled straight back, and there goes our camera. So 0-2 quickly here, as Nolan will go and fix that for us. We'll keep you updated, and again, folks, if we go silent, that means that the inning is over, and that we are in an inning break or just in a break in general. I know a few of you were confused by that. 0-2 now with 2 down. Here's the pitch from Kimball. That one is just low, 1-2, trying to get him to chase. Nolan's getting the ladder. Waiting for pause and play. 1-2, Kimball sends the pitch. In the dirt again, 2-2.
Good stop there. Tommy Brown behind the plate, trying to not let those Runners move up and trying to keep the runners at a scoring position, keep the force out at every base.
There we go. Camera's back on a 2-2 count. Kimball, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Caleb Kimball, have yourself a day. Strikes out the side again. And the Pack close it out here in the fourth. They're up 10-1. Bats coming back up, and they are hot as ever. Don't go anywhere. 10-1. Caleb Kimball, 9 strikeout game. Welcome back here. Jake McCoy at the plate. Homered his last time up, brought home 3 runs. Here's the first pitch from Everhard, and that one is outside, 1-0. Ty Everhard dialed in here. Powerful left-handed pitcher out of Modesto Junior College. And a pretty solid end to the inning. Retired the last 3 batters he's faced. The 1-0. Breaking ball, big swing and a miss. McCoy was swinging out of his shoes for that one.
Packers have gotten through 7 or more batters in all 3 innings so far they've been at the plate.
1-1 on the way to McCoy. Breaking ball, he swings and fouls this one into a crowd of people next to the Packers dugout. I don't know if he got anyone. It appears he might have caught, I'm not sure, is that, I think he might have caught Will Van Wee down there, but I'm not totally sure. I know, that was not actually Van Wee. So 1-2 now as they're just pausing play, making sure everyone's safe. That's the risk you run there. Raul Valdivia giving him some words of encouragement as he steps back in the box. One, 2 now. With the 10-1 lead, trying to make it 10 runs here. Here's the pitch from Everhard. Pitch goes in the dirt, 2-2. Wouldn't be shocked if Everhard goes back to that breaking ball here around the league. Solano Mudcats trailing in game 1 of a doubleheader, 8-2. 2-2 on the way. Breaking ball swung on and hit foul. right back to the Packers dugout and fielded on the hop by Coach Milliken.
I think he was the one who got hit.
Pretty sure. He's a tough guy. His brother playing for the Washington Nationals now. Another Packer who's gotten called up. 2-2 with nobody out. Here's the pitch to McCoy. Fastball is swung on and fouled off of his front foot. So he's battling here. Around the league, as I was mentioning, yes, Solano trails in that game one of the doubleheader. I believe it's a 7-inning game between them and the Crabs, traditional MLB doubleheader rules. And then the Peloteros, they trail to the Rogues 3-1. That was initially supposed to be Rogues against the Giants, but Marysville had a late cancellation there. 2-2. McCoy stands in. Everhard sets and delivers. That pitch is outside, 3-2 now. So McCoy doing a great job of showing off some of that plate discipline. 2 for 2 already with a ground rule double and a home run. He's got 4 RBI on the day, well on his way to being the player of the game here. The full count offering. Breaking ball, he swings and fouls that one straight back. (3-2) now to McCoy. The Spartan waits. Everhard kicks and fires. Breaking ball, big swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. They'll just place the tag on McCoy as he's tapped down on strikes to start the fourth. And here comes Will Van Wee. So with that, now Van Wee stepping in with one down. Everhard, he delivers, and that one is in there for a called strike at the knees. 0-1. Van Wee from Houston. The pitch swung on and hit the other way. Deep into right field. Going back on it is Porter, and he will make the catch. He outran it and then had to come back and leap up to make the catch. And the Crusher continuing to crush it out here for the Kings. Tommy Brown now stepping in. I was going to ask you, Easton, are you a big barbecue guy?
Yeah, why?
What's your, well, Houston barbecue, of course. But Van Wee had to send that one out in the opposite field. Wasn't able to.
Yeah, if you're ever out in Austin, Texas, I guess, Terry Black's Barbecue. Go get a beef rib.
Are you a big brisket guy?
Brisket is probably my favorite of the barbecue meats. Brisket and ribs is normally the go-to order at a barbecue place.
Yeah, I got to go out to Charleston, South Carolina, and try Duke's barbecue, and that was unreal. Here's the first offering. Breaking ball went inside to Tommy Brown, former Sun Devil. Got the brisket sandwich, was delicious. My family got a pound of brisket, so I was able to mooch off of some of that. And then some ribs. 1-0, low and away. 2-0, got some coleslaw. Tallow fries. My mouth is just watering thinking of it. Check it out. Made a video on my Instagram, the Hugo Sports 360, about the whole trip and the whole visit down there. 2-0 is in the dirt. 3-0.
Tommy Brown putting in some good at-bats here. He's doubling, he got hit by a pitch, but I think at this point he just wants something to hit.
So 2-0 rather now to Brown. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut there. He was hit by a pitch his last time up in the third. Everhard trying to retire the pack in order for the first time the Kings have had this tonight. I mean, this has just been offensive dominance for the Packers. Here's the breaking ball. It falls in for a called strike. Nice get-me-over curveball. Ty Everhard, who started with what seemed to be kind of a disaster out of the pen. He has retired the last 5 batters in a row. See what he can do here. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and hit into dead center field. Over on it to his right is Clayton, and he makes the catch. So the Kings do it. They retire the last Packers in order. And we'll head to the top of the 5th inning, 10-1. We'll be right back.
New pitcher for the top of the 5th inning. Jaden Ferguson coming in to deal here, relieving Caleb Kimball after a 9-strikeout performance.
Yeah, quite the day for Kimball.
Ferguson's first pitch, chopped right side. Osorio guard ranges over, flip on to first, and that will be inside.
That was great to see there from Bullock. Early on to Ferguson. Would have liked to see him, open things up a little bit more and let Ferguson kind of get comfortable on the mound. But he wanted to be out in front for his first pitch. He was. I'll say good delivery there though by Ferguson, and 1 pitch, 1 out.
So lineup turns over. EJ Cord will step in. Cord righty bat, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts on the day. First pitch, way up and away. 1-0. Well, no count. Ferguson fires home. One count. Ball and a strike for Ferguson. Righty played at Texas last year. Well, was at Texas last year, now in the transfer portal. I'll take that one away. Two and one the count. Fires home. Outside corner, called strike. I think our count's wrong as well. I think it's going to be 3-1 now. Three one the count. Ferguson trying to battle back to the leadoff man, Cord. And that one will be outside for a walk. So Cord reaches for the first time this game on 4 balls, and Blake Porter, who is 2 for 2 with a home run, steps in. 4 hits on the game now for the West Coast Kings. 2 of them have come at the bat of this man. So one away here. Porter at the plate. Off of first is E.J. Cord. He does have some speed. We'll see if he uses it. Ferguson fires home. Check swing for a ball. Ferguson, a real talented arm out there on the mound. Closed off stance. He fires home the 1-0. That one chopped left side. Tough play for Campbell. He snares it. Throw to second. Pulls Lewis off the bag. Tough play there for Cade Campbell. Good effort. Well, back-to-back will reach. It'll be ruled a single for Porter.
And again, Blake Porter just having himself a day. 3 for 3. Incredible.
So 2 on now. We've only had base runners twice this entire game. In the first and last inning, and they stranded both of them twice. The run came across on a solo home run, so no base runner really there. Ferguson fires home, misses up and away. A 1-0 count now for the righty. Righty-lefty matchup here with Miles Clayton, the center fielder. So the breaking ball will fire in and miss. Well, 2-0 now the count. Ferguson deals home. That one above the zone, now 3-0. Or 2-1 rather. So 2-1 count for Ferguson. One away here. Put away the leadoff man, the 9-hole hitter, John Bullock, but has allowed 2 straight. So that breaking ball in there for a strike. Just on the outside corner there. Now a 2-2 count. Two pitch from Ferguson, gets away, full count. Oh, a big pitch here in this game. Two aboard, big spot for Ferguson. Not the smoothest of starts for him. Payoff pitch from the righty, cut on and miss, strike 3. Big swing and a miss there from Clayton. A good job by Ferguson now as he is 2 away. So Jimmy McNiven will step in, who is also 2 for 2 with a pair of singles on the day. First pitch from Ferguson fires home in the dirt into the left-handed batter's box. McNiven, the third baseman, trying to do damage here with 2 outs and get it back piece by piece here. The 1-0. Big swing and a miss there from McNiven. 1-1 count. Still 2 away here. It's EJ Cord on second, Porter on first. Both guys do have some good speed. As Ferguson rocks and fires the 1-1 in the dirt. Brown will take up a new baseball. 2-1 count. Two balls and a strike. That one sharp on a line, picked. An unbelievable play by Cade Campbell, making it look easy out there at short. And Jaden Ferguson will get out of the jam. So 1 hit for the Kings, no runs. They strand 2 for the 3rd time this game. We'll head to the bottom half of the 5th. Brendan Lewis to lead things off here, bottom half of the 5th inning. Cannon Golden and Dane Morrow, who worked the top of the lineup to fill in next. It looks like Matthew Mansberry has a bat, so he will probably be coming in for Dane Morrow.
Yeah, some defensive substitutions, as well as Brady Spencer is taking the mound.
Spencer fires a breaking ball. Big hack there from Lewis. So no 1 count. Spencer in his first inning switched from a lefty to a righty here. So righty to start the 5th for the Packers. Spencer fires home. That one chopped back up the middle over his Altamora. Throw to first. Puts away the first out.
Yeah, so you've got Wyatt Miyamoto moving from catcher to right field. Blake Porter exiting the game. Coming in at catcher is Tyrus Vogt. And then at second is now Davis Minton. So load of changes here for the Kings. We'll see how they shake up the batting order now.
First pitch now to Cannon Golden off the end of the bat, right back to Spencer and quickly 2 away.
So looks like Minton's gonna slot in. Looks like Minton, yeah, he's going to slot in lead off, and then Tyrus Vogt will bat second. So great day for Blake Porter.
Solid day on the mound for Ty Everhart as well. Went 2 innings, only allowed 1 hit. Drove across 2 on a couple of hit batters as that one fouled off hardly by Dane Morrow. We'll see if Mansberry comes in for someone else.
Nolan, can you go move the camera just a little bit left?
We will await and see the result of that. Might have depended on what happened at the start of this inning. He was definitely getting loose down there. A recent graduate. Breaking ball loops in there for Morrow. Strike 2. So quickly 0-2. Some efficient work here on the mound from Brady Spencer. Trying to go 3 up, 3 down through the 9-hole hitter in the top 2. That one inside, ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch from Spencer, cut on and missed, strike 3. Good work on the mound from Brady Spencer. He goes 3 up, 3 down through the Packers lineup. No hits for the Pack in the 5th. Score remains 10-1. New pitcher on the mound as we start off the 6th inning. Bryce Cox will step in. So he will go through Miyamoto, Altamura, and Emmett Johnson to start off his outing. Miyamoto in first. Cox set to go, fires his first pitch in there, top of the zone for a strike. No 1 count. Cox fires in, that one above the zone. Now on a ball and a strike. Comes home in there for a strike as well. Above the zone there. Miyamoto does not like the call. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, Cox, a local out of Petaluma, California, Casa Grande High School. Got another Gaucho in the rotation for the Pack.
1-2 inside corner, got him looking. Miyamoto doesn't like it again. He'll head back to the dugout, and there's one away for Bryce Cox.
11th strikeout of the day for the Packers pitching staff. A great game for them. As I was mentioning, another Gaucho joined the squad. I know Coach Gomes, he was a Casa Grande Gaucho, so loves having the Gauchos out here. Cox, McCoy, and now Steves, who joined the team yesterday.
That one. Bottom of the zone called strike.
Honorary sitting there pointing at things and rooting on the Packer, or rather the Packers and the Padres, is Emmett Peterson, our stats aficionado. He doesn't play.
0-1 above the zone. Yeah, he does not play.
I don't know if I'd like to see him play.
Stick to the stats. Just as you and I will stick to broadcasting. 1-1 in the dirt. Count now 2 balls and a strike.
If anything, I think Julian Corey, our beat reporter, and then Eli Hancock, one of our analytics guys, I think they both could probably contend on this team.
They can, depending on the opponent, I would say 2-1. One slashed foul.
Julian had an inning scoreless last year against the Potters for the Athletic Edge Express, and Hancock is playing for Stanislaus State. So against the Kings, I think definitely there's a shot. Kings are a scrappy team, though. You never know.
Julian's up here. Julian, did you go a second inning in that outing against the Potters? Oh, he's getting the headset. Special guest, former Express pitcher Julian Corey. That one's outside, full count. Did you go a second inning in that outing?
I did not go a second inning. Why? I'm not fully sure, but Coach said I was done, and I threw a scoreless inning against D1 guys, and I was like, works for me.
So you played some collegiate summer ball last year. What were your stats looking like at that level as the 3-2 pitches in the dirt? It'll be ball 4 to Zach Altamura, and Emmett Johnson will step in with the runner on first.
You know, believe it or not, I think the most I gave up in a game was, I don't remember, I think it was against the California Red Tails. I went 5 innings and gave up 3, but besides that,
pretty solid.
Yeah, we were.
Did you forget any of the bad performances? Maybe.
No.
Oh, okay.
They were pretty limited. I mean, I try to remember all the performances I can.
Popped up right side. Osario guard over by the fence. He makes the catch, but it will be out of play, so won't count for the out. Past that first base side fence that is out of bounds. Although that was called an out the other day. You know, we play as we go here.
It varies down the line.
Do you have any highlights? What would you say the biggest highlight of your summer ball experience was out here in Northern California?
I mean, I think it has to be that inning against the Potters, but specifically the final batter I faced got a strikeout looking on an outside fastball. I mean, couldn't get much better than that for me.
The 0-0 pitch, fouled straight back. Did he just not want to swing at it, or what happened? Did you tunnel him? Break down that at bat for me here.
Well, I went fastball to start it off. I think he fouled it off, and I went with a curveball.
The 0-2 now from Cox. Chopped foul off his foot.
Went with a curveball. Just kind of looked at it in the zone, and you know, I have an 0-2 count at this point, and I'm like, all right, I need to try and throw this as hard as I can, because no matter how hard I throw it, if he's on time, he's still going to absolutely smash it, but I might as well just try and throw it as hard as I can. So I threw it, and I spiked it about 15 feet left of the catcher, and it went straight to the backstop. And the next pitch I threw outside, so I don't know, maybe there was some deception there on the outside pitches, but I'll take it.
0-2 here with 1 out to Emmett Johnson. That one skied into center field. Golden ranging in. It'll loop it for a single. Golden will hit his cutoff man in a 1-out bloop single for Johnson. Did you ever play here against the Packers?
I did not play against the Packers.
But
I was here
but
against the Packers.
What
Right.
was the final score of that game?
5-3 Packers. It's pretty close.
That's a tight game
Yeah.
there. Why didn't you play?
I was injured.
You were injured. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good excuse.
UCL wasn't having it anymore.
I heard that outside fastball came in at 78.
You know, that's probably accurate. That makes a good bit of sense. Yeah.
Cox misses low and away. A 1-0 count now.
I think at some point during the season I touched an 8, but yeah, it was yeah, I spiked it at 78, 15 feet left of the catcher.
This is Ethan Flynn at the plate. That one swung on and missed, ball and a strike. I think that was the time you touched 8 was when you threw it to the backstop.
It might have been. I mean, I don't know. Definitely more lack of control than my other pitches, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the result.
What do you think your odds would be as the 1-1's on its way, blocked in the dirt by Tommy Brown? What do you think your odds would be of, like, what would happen if you went 3 innings against the Packers this year? What do you think your stats are in 3 innings? You can't get pulled either.
See, the thing is with, it's kind of tough because in a stadium like this, left field's kind of short if we're pulling baseballs, and it's probably not going to go very well.
2-2, cut on and missed. Or 2-1 rather, cut on and missed. 2-2 count now.
Because the part we forgot to mention was my first 2 outs against the Potters. One was a ball that right off the bat I immediately put my head down because I was like, I just gave up the first home run of my career. And it was about 15 feet short of the fence. The second one, probably the highest flyout I've ever seen in my life, but
2-2's in the dirt. Now a full count for Cox. Looking for his second out of the inning with runners on first and second.
It was caught though, so we got out of it unscathed. I don't know. I mean, a lot of guys that played at higher levels talked to me and told me I was harder to hit just because they're not used to seeing such low speeds. I didn't know whether to take that as a compliment or not, but it was working. So
Payoff pitch, cut on and missed, strike 3. Outside fastball like Julian Corey there. Is there a guy you particularly envy on this team or really look at and are impressed with their stuff? I'd imagine all of them, but there's got to be one that stands out above the rest for you.
that's a tough one. I mean, I'm a big fan of Cooper Rummel. I just like the way he goes about his business. The motion isn't too complicated. It's nice, simple. He just kind of lets the ball go. And, I mean, it looks like he's barely throwing it, and it's touching 93 to 95.
That one to the backstop. Brown will hold on to it with 2 outs here.
Yeah, I'm kind of just sitting there like, I feel like if I had those mechanics, I would be throwing 60, but,
It's definitely an element of size and power to it. You look at guys like Paul Skeens and Tarek Skubal, who are big guys who are able to throw the ball harder. Cox now the 1-0. He stumbles there. That's going to be a balk. So he's going to balk in a run here. Moves the runner over to third as he lost his footing out there on the mound. Did you ever do that?
I don't believe I ever balked a run home. I have balked before, unfortunately. Also, too, in comparison, guys that say I would watch carefully, that I feel like a name that's not brought up a lot, Ari Bethia. I mean, not the biggest guy in the world, and he can sling it.
1-0 is fouled hard away over to the bullpen. Do you think Coach Gomes would give you a chance 1 inning here?
I've been giving it a shot with my long toss.
out in the outfield before the games, you get it moving out there.
I think in a shot in a game, maybe not, but I would sure like to try and get a live AB in.
1-1 pitch, flied in the air. Golden camped underneath it, and he will put it away. So the 3rd out of the inning. So only 1 hit for the West Coast Kings, but they do get a run on a balk from Bryce Cox. The score moves to 10-2. The Packers will be back up for the bottom half of the 6th. Thank you for joining us, Julian. It was great to hear insight from someone who actually played baseball.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. You'll be back in the 8th. back here, bottom of the sixth, Hideki Prather steps in to lead things off. First pitch he sees is outside for a ball. Still on the mound is Brady Spencer for the West Coast Kings. 3 up, 3 down in his first inning of work.
We're reviewing Julian's mechanics.
The 1-0 grounded over third base side, and it skips into the outfield as McNiven can't hold on to it. Prather now wants to. Hard throw up in the air, had him jumping over there at second. It's Davis Minton, and Prather in there with, we'll see the ruling. I would imagine that's probably an error. What do we got? We're waiting. And we're waiting. And I'm going to write a scorebook error here from me.
Well, Blake Porter now apparently is back out at shortstop.
Is that even allowed?
I don't know. I think they might have had Altamura. I can only imagine.
Might have missed, maybe just missed one there.
Yeah,
of
they
many
missed it.
defensive changes, which is okay, it happens.
Yeah, so Altamura out of the game.
So that one will be ruled a hit, single with an extra base there for Hideki Prather. Stepping off there is Spencer. As Coach Shute will run behind home plate again in between pitches. Always a little tardy out there. To his first base post. JC Asario Agaria, the man in the right-handed batter's box. Has a runner in scoring position here with nobody out. Spencer checks to second, now deals home. That one hit in the air, right side hooking, it'll get out of play. One now the count to Algard. Spencer set to go. Prather off of second. Does have speed. Sneaky fast for a catcher. Fires home. That one away. So 2 balls and a strike to JC Asario Agard. Maybe it's a ball and a strike. Our scoreboard's kind of all over the place. I'm having a hard time keeping up today. Ball and a strike to JC Asario Agard. Spencer fires home. That one lined over to second, but right at Davis Minton, who will put it away. One away here in the bottom of the sixth. Tough break for the Rainbow Warrior. Hit hard, just right at him, man. And now Cade Campbell will look to do damage with Prather aboard on second. So nothing count, fresh start here. Cade Campbell at the plate. Jam shot, that one will go up to the backstop. No balls and a strike.
The sun beginning to creep below those redwoods out in left field, so hopefully that'll finally put itself away. But, you know, Easton, heard you went out to Armstrong Woods today. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
The 0-1 count now. It was great out there. I mean, felt like I was in Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars guy. A lot of fun. The 0-1 on its way. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Definitely bigger trees than I imagined were possible out there at Armstrong Woods. I believe one oldest tree there, Colonel Armstrong, is 1,400 years old. So dating back to the year 626, which is pretty old. Definitely a nice spot. The 0-2 lined into left field. That'll be down for a base hit. Prather rounds third, heading for the plate. Campbell will stop halfway to second in an RBI single for the California Golden Bear, 11-2.
Yeah, he picks up his roommate there and a fellow Golden Bear in Hideki Prather. And, you know, Hideki, when talking to me a couple weeks ago about that bond that they have, he said, Cade, you know, he's one of those guys that you really want to play for. He's one of those guys that you know has your back and you have theirs. So You know, when he's out on second, I'm looking to pick him up, and when I'm out on second, I know he's looking to pick me up.
Jake McCoy looking to keep his good game going. There's a double and a home run, 2 for 3 on the night. Campbell off of second. Big swing and a miss there as McCoy fans on the breaking ball.
If he was able to get a hold of that one would easily be on University Street, maybe in someone's front yard.
Starting to find a groove here. In the middle of the season. 0-1, the count to him. Spencer kicks and deals. That one a heater at the knees for a called strike. So 0-2 now to McCoy. That one gets away, skips in the dirt. Campbell will jog over to second rather easily. A 1-2 now the count. Campbell moves into scoring position from first. Two singles so far this inning. Already one run across here, one away. 1-2 from Spencer. A breaking ball just inside. Two count now. Two balls, two strikes to McCoy. Spencer trying to put him away, and he does. Got him swinging, blew the fastball by him. Now 2 away as Will Van Wee will take his turn. Van Wee 0 for 3 on the day. 2 balls in the air, 1 on the ground. As he will chop this one over to short, picked up by Porter. Long throw to first is there for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Packers scrape one across in the bottom of the 6th on 2 hits, but do strand one on second, 11-2 the score, and we will bounce ourselves over to the 7th inning.
Welcome back. 7th inning, a little bit of gunna playing as Paul Grossman enters the game. University of Southern California Trojan on the mound. Lefty, first offering is upstairs to the leadoff man in Davis Minton. Minton, strong right-handed batter. Here's the pitch, and that one's outside, 2-0. USC made it all the way to the Super Regional this year, lost in 3 games to North Carolina. They were a couple catches away from sending it to extra innings, but just couldn't pull it off. 2-0, the pitch. That one's in there for a called strike at the knees, 2-1 now. I will say what was nice, though, is the Packers were in the same situation, 1 strike away from ending it last night, gave up a home run, but they were able to come together and win that one. 2-1 on the way. Upstairs there. 3-1 now to Minton. Quite the game going on here in the Berg. Again, tomorrow, 5 p.m. start time. Petaluma Leghorns are playing the Healdsburg Prune Packers in a 4th of July edition game. 3-1 on the way. Swung on and fouled off to the right. And after 7, Solano lost to Humboldt 8-2. So the Crabs now move a half a game between them and the Packers. But with a win tonight, Packers then extend that to 1.5 games. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit foul down the first base side and out of play. So with the win tonight, Packers would move 20-3 on the year, 10-2 in conference play. With back-to-back wins tonight, the Crabs move to 9-3 in conference play, and so with that, they would be in second place by half a game, albeit setting up a huge, huge series next week. The pitch, big swing and a miss on the 3-2, and Grossman sits down Minton. Another strikeout for the Packers at the 13th of the game, as Blake Porter will come to the plate. Porter 3 for 3. In the last 2 games against the Packers, he is a whopping 5 for 7 with 3 homers. Had 1 today, 2 on Tuesday. Had a strong start to this week. Kings traveling up to Lincoln tomorrow to face off with the Potters. 1 batting glove for Porter. First pitch is upstairs, 1-0. 1-0 with 1 down, 11-2 lead for the Pack. Both teams trading blows in the 6th. Here's the pitch. High and inside. Porter gets out of the way of that one, 2-0. Grossman is going to be expected to do great things next year. Going to have to step up for the Trojans, who got absolutely obliterated by the transfer portal this year. Lost almost everyone. 2-0 on the way. Swung on and hit well into left center field. In on it is McCoy, and he will get there to make the catch. 2 down here.
Nice grab there by McCoy. Showing off some range there to get to the gap. Not exactly the most premier fielder on the team, with guys like Zane Kelly, Will Van Wee, and Cannon Golden out there, but really good work there from McCoy.
Here's the first offering. Breaking ball to Miles Clayton. Catches the outside part of the zone for strike 1. 0-1 now to Clayton, the Bear Cub, facing off against the USC Trojan. We've seen a couple of those guys. The pitch in there for a called strike again. That slider, he's doing a great job lefty on lefty here. 0-2 with 2 down. Jason Lane, the third base coach for the Milwaukee Brewers, and who's been huge to Andrew Vaughn, King Vaughn's resurgence, former Packer. He was JC to USC. The 0-2, big fastball, swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts en route to a clean inning. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Kings. We'll be right back.
Be up to the ball game. Hey, be up. They began 1982. See them tomorrow at the Plaza, 10:15. The festivities start at 10. Community band, all the band will be there. It'll be a great day of
Welcome back here. Bottom of the 7th inning as Tommy Brown will strut to the plate. It'll be Brown, Lewis, and then what appears to be, I believe, Zane Kelly on deck. He came in to play in center field for Cannon Golden. So he'll come in to hit here in the bottom of the 7th. Great 7th inning stretch. New pitcher Mike Volkman. First pitch to Brown is in the dirt, 1-0. Kelly came in last inning to play some defense. Update for all of you World Cup fanatics. Colombia moving on to the next round, narrowly beating Ghana. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike, 1-1. So 1-1 now to Brown. Here's the pitch to Volkman, from Volkman, and it's low for strike. Or ball 2, rather. Mike Volkman out of the College of San Mateo. Here's the pitch, and that one's outside. 3-1 now. He's 7-4 this year. 15 games started. 79 2/3 innings pitched, and a 4.74 ERA. Here's the pitch. Fastball, big swing and a miss, 3-2. Three-two on the way to Brown. In there, called strike at the knees. Volkman, beautiful start with that one. Delivers the breaking ball there.
It's a good pitch. Good 3-2 pitch there. Painted the corner. Definitely there.
Here comes Brendan Lewis. Volkman, deep breath. The pitch. That one's away. 1-0. 1-0 on the way here to Lewis. The pitch swung on and hit foul, straight back, 1-1.
Lewis hasn't had his best day. He's 1 for 3 with the double, but certainly like to get on the board again here.
Here's the pitch, and that one's low. 2-1. He had a double back in the third, so, you know, some good shots from Lewis in the past few games, but we'll see if he can get another one right here, make it 12-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and hit down the line, but foul. Count remains 2-2. 11-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 down. 11 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Pack. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the visiting Kings.
Hugo, I heard we're having a special guest on for the 8th.
We are. We're going to have Eli Hancock coming in to do color commentary with Julian Corey as the 2-2 is low and in the dirt, 3-2.
The 2 real baseball players from our internship squad out here.
Yeah, it's going to be great to hear them on, and I'm excited. Give them the mic for the 8th, and then we'll have Nolan close it out in the 9th. Here's the 2-2. This one's lined over the head of the third baseman, McNiven, and into left field. And there a huge turn as the throw into second is on time, but Brendan Lewis retreats back to first. A single for him, 2 for 4 tonight, as the top of the order comes up in Zane Kelly. Kelly, powerful hitter, lefty. We'll stand in here. Here's the pitch. Fastball away, 1-0. Volkman, coming off of a great year at San Mateo. Excited to see where he goes. 1-0 now on the way to Kelly. The pitch, fastball, swung on and hit down the first base side. Collected, but then fumbled by Bullock, and he can't make the play. Oh, my goodness. He went to turn 2 on it, fumbled the transition, and Kelly reaches on an error. So 2 quick batters on the bases for the Packers as Dane Morrow will come up, and the Packers will look to stay fly. Powerful left-handed hitter. Runners on first and second here for Morrow. 2 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. 1-0. Morrow singled, brought home a run in the first, hit a solo shot in the second, was hit by a pitch and brought home a run in the third, and then struck out back in the 5th. So 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. Incredible offense for him tonight, alongside Jake McCoy, 2 for 4 with 4 RBI. 1-0 with 1 down. Here's the pitch. Fastball is inside, 2-0. Now to Morrow. The pitch swung on and hit right up the middle. Tough play for Porter. He boots it, throws to second, and it goes in and out of the hands of Minton. Coming around to score is Brendan Lewis, and it's 12-2 Pack. So we'll see what they assess that. Maybe fielder's indifference there. That's going to be an error.
Fielder's indifference.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever heard of that.
Yeah, that's a real call. It's when a fielder, they basically, it's going to be a fielding error on Porter, so back-to-back errors. Great effort by Porter to shovel it over, but couldn't get it connected there. Here's the first pitch here to the new hitter, Justin Lucas. Breaking balls away, 1-0. Lucas coming in to pinch hit for Hideki Prather. A great night for him with an RBI. The 1-0 on the way, and that one's in the dirt, 2-0. 1-1, actually. Called it a strike. 1-1 to Lucas. Volkman gets ready. 1 down, here's the pitch. Swung on and hit, chomped down the third base side, foul.
At the plate, number 32 is Justin Lucas from Simpson University.
There's actually a lot at stake here for Lucas. Currently batting 1,000. He's 1 for 1, the team high. So this is a important at bat for his batting average here.
1-2 with 1 down. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and hit dead center field. Actually, it's in the infield. Coming in on it is Minton. He will make the catch for out number 1.
So that moves him down to 500 for the year, which is tied with Mason Lerma and Simon Lemke for the team's best.
Yeah, now JC Osario guard coming up. Jake McCoy. Due up in the third man due up. He's in the hole currently. McCoy taking some of his last swings as a Packer. Here's the pitch, swung on and hit on the ground to third. Fielded, steps on third is McNiven, and that'll end the inning. So the Pack are able to bring across 1, and they make it 12-2 as we will head to the 8th. And Julian Corey and Eli Hancock will take things over. We'll be right back.
Back here for the top of the 8th inning, Packers a monstrous 10-run lead, 12-2. Leading off for the California Kings going to be Jimmy McNeven, joined by Eli Hancock. Eli, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day of Packer baseball. Packer with a big lead once again. Always love being out here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, happy to have you on the broadcast. First pitch from Grossman misses outside. Another phenomenal day at the plate for the Packers.
Bats have been hot, man.
Yeah, I mean.
Bats have been hot.
Grossman delivers. That one misses just a bit outside. I mean, even for what it's worth in the game yesterday against the Potters, you felt like the at-bats were still there. I mean, it's a little bit of, tougher competition on the mound, but the boys are fighting right now.
I agree. We came out hot those first couple innings. The bats kind of lulled a little bit, but you saw exactly what you were saying. We picked it up and we got going towards the end of the game and got the double when we needed it.
Sario, a guard, been on fire. Zane Kelly been on fire.
Jake McCoy.
Jake McCoy. Been swinging the hot bat as well.
We've had a couple guys raise their average over 100 points in the last week or so.
Yeah, there you go.
Been swinging it.
Grossman delivering the 3-0 and straight out of the gate, a 4-pitch walk. Lead off the top of the 8th inning for the Kings. I mean, I say it all the time, but I mean, you're down this much. Heading into your next game, you always want to gain some momentum. I feel like as a player, you know that. Even when you're down by 10, I mean, if you can even find something on offense to help propel you into that next week, I mean, that's important, right?
I agree. My coach always says at college that getting it going the last couple innings, especially rolling into a game either the same day or the next day, it carries over. So you want to get it going, even if it's going to be a couple runs in the late game that you're not going to win, you can feel good going into the next game and carry that over 100%.
Definitely an important aspect of baseball. Grossman will kind of pick over. Loft that one over a little bit. Maybe didn't like what he was getting behind the plate. Wyatt Miyamoto in the box for the Kings. 2 strikeouts and a walk on the day. Grossman comes home. This one fouled off towards the right side. Going to be out of play. It's been interesting to see. I mean, you know, when you play a team 4 times, you expect adjustments to be made. I mean, the Kings, the second time out, they come back, they fought, and they beat the Packers. And then ever since then, the Packers have just still had their number.
Seems like maybe after that second game, it was the Packers who made the adjustment, and they realized what they did wrong in that second game, and they've come back better from it, or because of it, I guess I could say.
Maybe, I guess, expecting a counter from the Kings, kind of like we saw from the Potters. I mean, Packers take game 1, and, I mean, down to their last strike last night, but still took it into extra innings and had a lot of momentum there for a minute. That one fouled straight back towards the screen. 1-2 is the count.
Always got to watch for the camera there on those foul balls.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
We're doing all right.
It's definitely had some close calls. Hugo's on his way down. I can't tell if he's going to do something involving the camera or if he's just on another side quest. Get a lot of those.
Hugo's always ready to go.
Grossman misses high off the glove of Tommy Brown. Karam's off the backstop and an easy second base for Jimmy McNeven. Runner in scoring position now for the Kings.
Those free passes will always come back to bite you.
Yeah, I mean, no
Gotta
matter,
attack the zone.
matter how big you're up, still important to try and stay to the zone. One of the toughest aspects of pitching that's not talked about a lot is being able to still be as dominant as you normally are. As Grossman catches Miyamoto looking for strike 3. Being as dominant as you usually are, being up by so much, I mean, sometimes it can be tough to stay in the game when you have such a commanding lead on offense.
Absolutely. My college coach, he always says there's no such thing as charity innings or at-bats. So you have to find a way to be just as locked in a 12-2 game as you are in a 0-0, 2-2 ball game. So all your at-bats and all your pitching appearances are all meaningful. So it's always good to be locked in no matter what the circumstances.
Tommy Brown's going to head out to the mound, have a word with Grossman. I feel like, especially in summer ball as well, I mean, you know, a good amount of summer ball is guys are coming to get their work in, to work on new things, try and develop new pitches and maybe new swing thoughts, see what they can come up with. And, I mean, that's why you see a lot of these, you know, games that are out of reach played out because, you know, it doesn't matter what the score is. You know, guys are still trying to get their work in.
Absolutely. I think you're making some great points right now.
Grossman will step off, step towards second. Nothing doing. McNeven is the runner on second base. 1-0 count. This one, soft grounder up the middle is going to get through both Lewis and Campbell. Rounding third is going to be Miyamoto. He's going to score. Or McNeven, excuse me, going to score. It's a nice at-bat there. Driver run in for the Kings. I mean, you just said it. Free passes are always going to come back to bite you.
Leadoff walks, my coach, there's nothing that he hates more than free passes, and especially to the leadoff batter. Leadoff batter, you cannot walk the leadoff batter, and it comes back to bite us again.
Well, the RBI, Miyamoto bring Tyrus Vogt to the plate.
It's a great name there, Tyrus Vogt.
Yeah, hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Always try to give it my best shot. That one in there for strike 1. Infield defense pretty much straight up. Outfield playing deep as usual. It's big yard, big gaps, a lot of ground to cover. Certainly do a good job. That one inside on Vogt. Didn't like that very much. I'm sure Grossman didn't either, especially in a game like this. Just trying to keep it in the zone. Grossman, the lefty, kicks and deals. This one sky high. Going back is Campbell and Lewis. Lewis going to call Campbell off. He will settle under and make the catch. 2 away.
Good talk by the middle infield there. Good talk.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one, especially, you know, with the lights.
Yep.
You know, it could very easily get above those. And, I mean, once it does, it kind of goes dark on you there for a minute, and you're just hoping you're still under it when it comes back in the light.
Absolutely. I played a couple games here myself, and in the outfield there, once it gets twilight, it gets tough to see. So it's always good to see him come down with those high pop-ups at twilight time.
2 away now for Grossman. First pitch misses low. When you have a reddish clay dirt infield as well, that ball gets a little dirty, makes it even darker and tougher to see.
Absolutely.
Definitely can be a tough outfield to play. That one lined sharply towards the right side, chasing Van Lee. He's not going to get there.
Bit of an odd sound from that bat there.
Yeah, almost sounded like Grossman may have had some firewood on that one, but couldn't quite tell.
Oh.
He's going to stick with it.
Yeah, I guess so. That didn't sound quite right.
The bat's still intact. You can still swing it. That's what Emmett Johnson's going with here. 1-0 count from Grossman. That one in there for a strike. Breaking ball placed perfectly.
Grossman seems to have found it these last couple pitches here.
Doing a good job of coming back to the early mishap in the inning. He's trying to keep it where it is. Long stare over at first, and the 1-2 to Johnson. This one grounded towards the right side. Lewis will just go to first, gets the easy out. A good job by Paul Grossman. A little adversity early on in the inning. Only one is the damage. We'll be back for the bottom of the 8th, where the Packers will look to continue the tally on. Cade Campbell here to lead it off for the Packers. Head deeper into the night. Vampires start to come out. The walk-up song for Campbell.
Great walk-up song.
Phenomenal. Trying to fly around the bases, get something started here for the Pack. First pitch misses outside. Well, Eli, you still play collegiate baseball.
That I do.
And Easton interviewed me earlier, but the difference is my playing days are behind me. So, you know, as a collegiate baseball player yourself, you know, just give me the rundown. You know, what's it like to still be out there? I miss it.
You know, it's awesome, man. You know, I am missing it as I'm watching it right now this summer. I'm going into my 5th and final year of collegiate baseball. I started off my career at Sonoma State University. Interesting strike call there. Sorry, interrupted me.
No.
But I started off, did 3 years at Sonoma State University. Sadly, the sports program there was canceled after my 3rd year at Sonoma State, so I had to enter the transfer portal. From there, I got picked up at Stanislaus State University, where I played this last season, and I absolutely loved it. And I have 1 more year left. So very thankful for Coach Leonejo and the coaching staff there for bringing me in.
2-1 missed outside the Campbell. 3-ball buffet count now. I mean, you know, the transfer portal is seen as an escape for players, you know, to be able to try and find a new place to play, but I think it's undervalued. You know, that one misses inside the Campbell 4-pitch walk. How hard it can be to actually find a new place to play. So what was that experience like for you?
It was difficult, especially early in my 3rd year where I had to transfer. I wasn't playing very much that year, and luckily I ended up getting my opportunities later on. I did very well in my opportunities. And then just luckily I played good in front of the right people, and I ended up getting a spot to play. But there was plenty of good players from my team at Sonoma who their college careers had to end because they had nowhere else to play.
Definitely. It can be tough. The good and the bad. McCoy, for check swing there, does not hold up. Strike 1. What would you say is the biggest thing that you've learned, or just, you know, the best piece of information in terms of baseball or just life in general from your first year of your career to now?
So I'd say a big part, moving from especially playing high school ball to college ball, was learning to find that same confidence that you had in the high school game. I feel like you get to college and you see all these other great players around you, you might lose some of that, you know, confidence and belief you had in yourself. But you also have to learn that you're there for a reason, and that, you know, when you're playing there, you earned that spot, you deserve to be playing there. And when you find that same confidence at the next level, you can perform that as you were when you were a younger player.
That one misses in the dirt. A 1-2 count. Wilkman tried to get McCoy to chase again, didn't go for it. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things in sports. I mean, it's talked about a lot more, I feel like, nowadays than it ever has been at the professional level. You know, the importance of mental health at that, you know, level of the game, whether it's even, I mean, high school now, collegiate, or pro. I mean, being able to sustain your production is not always the easiest thing, and especially in a game like baseball, you have to try and find outlets to do that. McCoy goes down on strikes, bring up Van Wee.
Yeah, so I think it's a big part of your life. I feel like when you get to that level, a lot of your life centers around your sport. Mine is baseball, of course. And when you're not performing well in your sport, sometimes it can be hard to separate life and baseball. And I feel like once I got to the point where I was thankful for the position I was in to be playing collegiate baseball, and I was, you know, thankful and happy of the position I was in my life, I began to enjoy baseball more again. And, you know, like you're talking about the mental health aspect, like I was really able to start being happy playing it. And again, and I always think that for me and other players, that's probably when we're playing the best, is when that's where we're at. We're having fun, you know.
That one strike to Van Wee. Swings right through that. 1-1 to count. Volkman gets to sign Campbell. Small leaf off of first. Comes home. Van Wee takes that one in the dirt.
Seems to be getting a little two-seam action on his fastball right here.
Good movement. Got to get in the zone. Limit as many free passes as possible. One of the many tricks that attempt to win ball games against this Packers club. I mean, it's tough. They can swing it, and I mean, if you walk them, they can still swing it, so those runs are probably going to come in. So,
I mean, just as I was saying last inning, with the Walks coming back to bite us, they have definitely came back to bite the Kings today.
2-2 pitch to Van Wee. Spits on that one. Outside part of the plate. He wanted to go for it. Said no, no, no at the last second. Buys himself an extra pitch.
Van Wee's got some power in his bat. Some of the highest active dealers on the team.
See if he can use some of that here, and he does. That one absolutely blasted. Unfortunately, pulled it a little too much towards the Packer bullpen. You're throwing your hands up. I mean, you straighten that one out. Hugo was talking earlier, you know, seeing some balls on the University Street and the front yards. That one might have gone a little bit past that point.
I think he might have cleared the houses out there and left.
Great swing from Van Wee. Try and do it again and straighten it out. Instead takes ball 4. And now 2 on with only 1 out for the newly transferred to UC Santa Barbara, Tommy Brown. catcher stepping up to the plate. It's got to be a nice place to play. I mean, it's a program where so many phenomenal arms come out. He's going to have back-to-back first-round picks if, Flora goes this year in the top 5, which he's expected to. You got to imagine there's got to be a lot of credit to the catching staff as well. I mean, after all, they put in a lot of work in calling the games and doing all that.
Absolutely. The pitching staff at Santa Barbara has always been well respected. That program, the last, I think, 4 years in a row has made it to the regionals at the very least. So very respectable program, and a lot of that is because, like you're saying, the pitchers and the catchers are doing their job. Very respectable program.
Definitely has some flamethrowers as well. That always helps. Tommy Brown going to have to gear up to catch that. Not that he's unfamiliar with it. Transferred from Arizona State University. Caught some solid arms over there as well.
Absolutely. Arizona State coming off another great year for their program as well.
1-1 count to Brown. A little ahead and off the front head of the bat. Spins back towards the Kings dugout. Foul ball. Be 1-2. Resiliency at the plate. One of the big themes of the year so far for the Packers. Tommy Brown trying to build upon it. Drive another run home. Campbell on second. Van Wee on first. One away. The 1-2 count to Tommy Brown. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. Got him to chase. Not going to be too happy with that one with runners in scoring position.
A big part of hitting with runners in scoring position is staying within yourself, and it kind of seems like Tommy might have just expanded his zone a little too much there.
I mean, you mentioned the two-seam profile. I mean, when you throw a slider off of that, it can mess you up because, I mean, they look so similar. One's breaking in, one's breaking out.
Absolutely. Those pitches seem to start in the same place, and they're ending up about 30 to 35 inches apart, so it's hard to differentiate the two pitches.
Mike Volkman backing off the mound with a smile on his face after that pitch. Called a sword out of Brendan Lewis. Lewis a double and a single in terms of hits on the day. Grounded out to both places. Grounded out to the left side twice. Third and short. Lewis, big swing. Left field. Going back is Yenter, and just in front of the wall makes the catch. I mean, your reaction was on point. That was loud off the bat. I thought maybe it had it.
I thought he might have juiced it, but he did not.
Nonetheless, the Pack come out with none after having 2 on. Solid inning on offense, just couldn't get it done with the runners in scoring position. Going to be Ari Bethia going to come in and try and close it out as we head to the top of the 9th inning.
And we welcome you back. John Bullock for the Kings will lead it off against Paul Grossman. looking to close this one out for the Prune Packers. They're up 12-3 right now in a great spot.
And a dominant performance so far. And once again, feels like it's almost night in, night out with this group.
Wow, it looked like Brown got crossed up there. I think he was expecting off speed and he got a heater.
Yeah, I hope he's all right. I mean, not the sound you want to hear, just it's kicked off. Seemed like a little bit of a shock to Brown behind the plate, like you said, getting on page with Bethia now.
It almost looked like a strike to me, but they called it a ball.
I thought it maybe might have caught the zone. Don't have too good a look at our trackman here. Looked like it was pretty close.
Swing and a miss. So the count is even at 1-1.
Electric stuff from Bethia as always.
And that one's in there for a strike, catches the bottom rail of that zone. Change up there, 1-2 now. So the Packers bats have pretty much separated themselves as that one is just misses. That one looked very close from my point of view.
I mean, Tommy was confident in the pitch and the frame. Pretty sure everyone else in Recreation Park was as well. Tried to throw that one down the third before the last call could come in.
And that one gets him. So there's one away here. And Davis Minton will step in now. He pinch hit in the 7th and struck out. Jake McCoy, really those first two at-bats from him, the ground rule double and the home run. Applied some separation on this one as that one fastball in there from Bethia in there for a strike.
Yeah, I was talking with Eli, who joined us last inning. We're happy to have him on, and you know, we were talking about how he hit it so high. You know, it may be a little bit of, I don't know, in the stadium once he hit it, but he was going down the first base line, pumping his fist. He knew he got it right away.
No feeling like that one as Bethia deals, fastball just misses on the outer half.
It's only been one of the more productive Packers over the last couple of days. Really found his stroke at the plate.
Will Van Wee shaded towards the line, big gap in right center as Bethia deals just upstairs, 2-2 now. Bethia gets the sign from Brown. Goes into his windup and delivers. Slider, good movement on it, but a great take from Minton, and the count runs full.
Good job by Minton to let that one go. Slider from Bethia is definitely tempting, especially off the heater.
And that one is fouled back near the parking lot back there.
Yeah, Hugo and Easton down by the Kings dugout, giving it a nice look. Maybe thought about chasing it there for a second.
Blake Porter on deck, who went deep as Bethia deals. Fly ball out to right center. Go Zane Kelly over, and he will make the catch. 2 away now.
Easy money for Kelly in the outfield. Just flies around every single game. He gets an opportunity to be on that outfield grass. I mean, it's rare to see a ball get by him, no matter how hard or deep it's hit.
Yeah, he had a great catch all the way near the ivy that saved a run. It was pretty incredible as Porter is up now. Takes a slider in there for a strike. Just such late and violent break on that pitch.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not as much break as, you know, some of the breaking balls we see from other guys on this squad, but the late factor is the important part there. I mean, it's the same pitch for 55 feet, and at the very end, it's moving back in the zone.
And it is buckling Porter right now as he steps out and tries to think of what he can do to neutralize that. He went deep to right center and has had 3 hits, but he's in danger now. Fastball upstairs, 1-2.
Touch 90 on that one.
Little reach back velocity there. Hoping to be this the final pitch of the game. Bethia deals. Slider in there for strike 3. Porter goes down looking. And that will end the game. Bethia's nasty stuff closes this one out. And their bats win this one. 12-3. Packers beat the Kings in a big game in league play.
Yeah, we'll get started on the post-game show right now. I mean, it's another dominant performance for the Packers. I mean, no, night in, night out. I mean, yesterday their backs are against the wall. Going in the bottom of the 10th inning, at least need to get the runner on second across. They win that one in the Miracle and then come back the night after and absolutely dominate at the plate. It really feels like just night in and night out, this team is competing.
No doubt, very potent offense right now. 12 hits, 12 runs, highlighted by Dane Morrow and Jake McCoy's blast. They've hit with runners in scoring position throughout the last couple of games, especially against the Potters and these Kings, and it's been leading to great baseball to watch, and it shows up on the record. They moved to 19-3 on the year, making a strong push to try to capture that home field advantage at the end of the year in Pac Empire League play. And 16-11 do the Kings move to.
I mean, after this last week, the Packers have really put themselves in a good position. They've won the games they've needed to, and they've won in the games in the moments they've needed to. Coming up clutch, the ability to come out with wins. You have this many consecutive league games back to back. Really important and a really good job overall this past week from the Packers. One more tomorrow to round it out.
No doubt these Pac Empire League games are vital for their season and standings, but they've played exceptional. Packers get the win 12-3. They stay hot in league play. We'll be back here tomorrow, 1 hour earlier than normal at 5 on the 4th of July. Thanks for listening.